Last episode, I ended things by stating my intentions to splash some cash in January and try and make some signings. We're in January. There is no money to spend. I mean, look, I'm not an accountant, but the fact that the projection for the end of the current season is to be minus £120 million in debt, that does feel like it could be a problem. You might remember I had some transfer budget and wage budget when we left things. That has been taken away from me. I've got £64,000 to spend and £10,000 on wages. I mean, look at the overall balance right now. Minus 91 million. I'm not an accountant. I don't do this kind of stuff. I don't do spreadsheets. I just do emails. I'm a football manager player. You know, it's not spreadsheets, it's emails. Correct anyone who says this is a spreadsheet game. Someone break down. This is my income. This is my expenditure. What has gone wrong here? How are we spending £90 million already this season on wages? I don't understand anything. Welcome back to Newcastle. The Saudi oil money has dried up. The only silver lining, we're running in the Champions League spots. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. Yes, folks, how is it going? And a warm welcome back to Newcastle, where, as you've already heard, there's no money. It's Boxing Day. Santa didn't come down the chimney and give me some more money, sadly. So instead, I thought we'd come back a little sooner for what could be two massive games in our season. The first game we have, you can see on screen here, is against Everton in 4th. And just 3 days later, having travelled back from Merseyside, we are going to be taking on Manchester United, who are in 2nd at home. I'd like to think we can win one of these two games, win them both. We start to really look like a Champions League club. Now, since last episode where we did go on to beat Monaco, of course, in the Conference League, we've played 2 more games of the Conference League. We won them both. We completed a flawless end to the year, beating Maribor. And after that win against Maribor, we went on to smash the record for Conference League win. 10-1 against Zalgiris. Apologies to Zalgiris fans watching at home. Soretti in this game picked up a hat-trick, which was great to see. Chris Manning, who we actually brought into the team for this match because he's been complaining about a lack of first-team football, played really well too. And in fact, you kind of look at his recent performances. He put in 2 great performances in the Conference League. Also putting in good performances. He scored 2 against Watford lately. This man's in form. I thought I'd wear my South Korea shirt today for Jun Hwan. I realised that against Tottenham in the EFL Cup, it was another South Korean player who did it against us. Ma Hyun-do grabbed 2 as we got absolutely just destroyed. Tottenham are top of the Premier League. We had them in this EFL Cup quarter-final game. Of course, you might remember we drew against them right at the start of the year. Now that they're top, that looks like a great result on the road. But in the Cup, there was no magic. Carabao could not inspire us, and they completed the rout with a 3rd goal there. I suppose the only solace is when you look at the games over the course of the last month, that is the only blip in what has otherwise been a really good spell of football. Granted, the games here are games you expect us to win. Against Cardiff, we won 4-1. West Brom and Bournemouth, we both beat by a 2-goal margin. Most recently, we also beat Watford. Watford, they're not having the best of seasons right now. They're down in 19th. We didn't show any mercy. And you'll never guess who got man of the match again yet. Semeraro. I have no idea why, but whenever we seem to play, this guy gets man of the match. He's got how many man? He's got 4 player of the matches in 17 games as a right back. Nothing makes sense. So with those 4 wins on the bounce in the league in the spell of the last month, we've actually started to climb up the league quite a bit. So at one point, of course, we had a game played more than everyone around us. Suddenly, we're actually a team with a game in hand. Granted, that game in hand is the game we are playing today, and it's a game against an Everton side who, if they beat us, will jump all the way up to 2nd. And perhaps you're now looking at this league table realising why I decided Everton and Manchester United were good games to come back for. Because if we get wins in both these games today, suddenly I'm thinking Champions League football's on. I'm not going to get too carried away. Tottenham are currently 7 points clear. I mentioned Manning's recent uptick in form. Another man who's played great is Jun Hwan. Yeah, still wearing the top. Look, this guy is absolutely tremendous. He's only got 2 caps for South Korea, which is absurd. I think he may have even been uncapped when we picked him up. But 10 goals in 15 Premier League games is absolutely ridiculous, especially when you consider he has the trait, looks a pass rather than attempts to score. I'm beginning to wonder if that trait just doesn't work. He's actually our top goal scorer with 18 goals in all competitions. Elsewhere, Soa has looked absolutely sensational, continuing, by the way, to play him out on the right-hand side. I feel like for the last couple of episodes, I've come back and discussed little tinkerings going on with the team system and shape. I'm here to tell you now, I've actually not changed anything since last episode. I feel like we've landed on something really quite solid here. And with the exception of that one game against Tottenham where they absolutely killed us, I think we're looking pretty good. I mean, when you look at the latest media prediction, we've actually climbed ahead of Liverpool, which is really cool to see. We're now predicted to finish 7th. Obviously, we want to keep charging onwards and upwards. Last episode, I made a big song and dance about Man City struggling. They are starting to recover. Chelsea and Liverpool, though, both in the bottom half still. Would it be a controversial move if, given just the money I'm hemorrhaging, if one of those jobs came up, I apply for it? Would that make me a bad human being? Right now, only the Brentford job's available, which I obviously won't be applying for. But it is a little food for thought because, of course, the end game of this save game is to win the Premier League. And if this Newcastle team is just going to continue losing money like we are, like, is it a better prospect maybe to go to a Liverpool or Chelsea? I'm not really sure. Anyway, we are going to jump straight into the first game of today's episode. It's on the road against Everton. This is going to be a tricky little game. A Christmas cracker, though, hopefully, as we play it on Friday, the 26th of December, 2036. In terms of team news, I don't know why our centre-backs have all these lines between them. Actually, from a defensive point of view, we've been very good this year. Allow me to push up my glasses here as we delve into data just for a moment. See, our biggest issue is that we're actually facing the joint least shots per game at 6, which is great. But when you compare ourselves to, well, Tottenham and Arsenal, their opposition conversion rate is below kind of 14%. Ours is like at 22%. I feel like we give up a lot of really high quality chances to other teams. I suppose this graph shows the problem. Expected goals against per game, 0.78. Goals conceded per game, 1.41. And part of me wonders, do I blame Spike Brits for that? I do maintain that I think this guy is a good goalie. And when you look at his polygon, he should be absolutely world class. But I can't help but kind of look at his performances and think, is he the problem? I mean, you can see here, 4 of the last 5 goals we've conceded have been from positions close to the penalty box. Teams don't tend to have that many opportunities, but when they do, they're very close to our goal. And I'm being recommended to lower the defensive line a little bit. I do wonder if that might just be an option, you know. At the same time, is playing Everton in 4th really the game to try this against? You know what? We're in a great position this year, but we're through a great position through experimentation as well. So I am actually going to lower the defensive line just to standard. Obviously, because we're strikerless, the whole graph here just looks mental anyway. The pitch looks like nonsense. Maybe this will help us work things out better. And I'm also going to get rid of Step Up more. Now, in terms of team personnel for today's game, Dominic Letal is sadly out injured, but he is the only absentee who, to be honest, would be walking into the first team. The rest of the team is pretty much at full strength. I think when you look at the form in the last 5 games, you can see everyone across the pitch is starting to sing from the same hymn sheet. Okay, into this game we go. They are going to be playing a 4-3-3, and you can see Afolabi, the man who we sold in the summer for £12 million, he is playing against us. Now, it is worth mentioning the game against Manchester United is in just 2 or 3 days after this game, so for either team, obviously, if you go a few goals ahead in a game like this, it might be an opportunity to rest players with this busy Christmas schedule that English football is associated with coming up. Well, halfway through this first half, nothing's happening. Although that could change here. It's going to be Balan over it, the man we picked up on a free transfer from PSG. And I have to say, when I look at players like Jun Hwan and Balan, who lead our attack, signed for a combined £1.1 million, I feel like we did some great business this year. Balan, I thought he was going to really emphasise the point there. The shot hits the crossbar and goes over. 10 minutes left of this first half. Still, that free kick there at the woodwork, the only highlight we've seen. This has not been a game with a load of chances. Everton having a lot of the ball, but not really getting anywhere with it. The ball has been congested in the midfield, and we are, well, we're just done with the first half. Okay, then. I mean, in terms of XG, you can see here, we are evidently having far more shots than them. We've limited them to a 0.06 XG so far. Tell the players I'm happy with the performance so far and to keep it going. I'm immediately going to encourage the players as well. Give me green, happy, smiley faces at the bottom. This is one of those weird games where, to be honest, against the team flying high like Everton, a draw really wouldn't be the worst result. Saying all of that, we might have a set piece to deal with here. Savio is the man over it. The former Man City man, the Brazilian, whips it to the near post. It's headed halfway. Martinez, Critchlow shoots. They hit the crossbar. We don't clear it. Brids collects. And please end the highlight. This is far too much. What is happening here? We've given the ball straight back to them. Okay, the highlight ends. Can you tell I'm getting a bit into this? It's a nervy game. It's a cagey game. You know what? I'm going to make a change in personnel here. I'm bringing in Manning, who's been in some great form, and Ivkovic is going to come in on the left-hand side. Of course, he got that hat-trick last time out. Since then, I'll be honest, he's not really done anything. Elsewhere, Fakunda, I'm going to bring in for fresh legs at Regista, just injecting some fresh legs into the wide area and the heart of our midfield. I'm going to hope that in the next, 27 minutes, we can really try and make something happen. 20 minutes left. McKellar, our star man, just as a reminder, one of our best players without a doubt, gives away the ball awfully. I've really bigged him up there and he's made me look like an idiot. And now Lasser for them is bringing it forward on the far side. Hughes, though, wins it superbly. Ivkovic. Oh, my word, Ivkovic. Oh, my word, what have you done? Why did I put him on the pitch? Why did I put him on the pitch? It's got to be up there as one of the worst back passes you've ever seen. He could just turn. There was so much space behind him. Instead, he gives it to Critchlow. And they get the simplest of goals. I mean, at this point, we've kind of got to go for the game a little bit more. You know what? I'm going to bring in Signs. I'm going to switch to a 2 at the back shape. And in fact, I think I'm going to take Hughes off and actually keep on Marco. With this 2-man midfield, I think physicals are going to be really, really important for covering ground, which I think is an area Marco gets an edge in. But yeah, we're adding more attacking mids because apparently we don't have enough of those already. Why game? Can I pick Shadow Strike? The game won't let me pick Shadow Striker. How about now? I don't know what it was doing there. I think the game's confused by what I've drawn. Let's go a little bit more direct. Get rid of look for overlap. Let's get the passing into the space as well. We should have a lot of unrushing players here. We've got 20 minutes to try and make something happen. Annoyingly now, the XGs look a lot closer to one another based on one, well, wayward pass to say the very least. Look at this setup for us. It looks absolutely stupendous, doesn't it? What are we doing? We've got a flat line of 5 attacking midfielders. No one has ever seen this before on Football Manager on YouTube. We've given the ball to Savio. Critchlow's through again. And Spike Brits couldn't catch a cold. It's 2-0 Everton and I feel like a mug. You know what? There's a timeline where Jack didn't change the defensive line. He didn't get rid of Step Up More. And maybe in that timeline, Newcastle won. We are not going to know in that reality what happened. All I know here is we're 2-0 down. I'll be honest, since I changed things tactically, it hasn't worked. Yeah, there's 6 minutes of added time here. Can you tell this is one of those games where I've kind of just accepted my fate? So, with a chance to get us one, Marco heads it, it's saved. You know what? When it's not your day, it's not your day. Let's hope we do better against Manchester United in just 3 days' time. Behind us, Liverpool lost, Arsenal lost. Annoyingly, Manchester United did win. And also, Chelsea failed to win as well. All the big boys are struggling this year. If you've ever managed in the Premier League, especially if you're doing like a Park to Prem save game, when you get to the Premier League, there's 1 or 2 years in a decade where the big teams just don't really perform, and it's like a rare opportunity to get into the Champions League spots. I feel like this is the kind of opportunity we're being presented with right now. Now, as I mentioned, we're at St James's Park for the next one. It's in 3 days' time. I'm going to rest up the players. Manchester United await. Beat them, 4-0. We could go up to second. That's probably not going to happen, is it? You might be wondering what I'm doing. It's the 29th of December. Players are now available to sign for free transfers. And Gary Fayet here of Marseille, I've been looking at for a while. Yeah, look, this guy performance-wise has always put in good performances in League 1. But in terms of his attributes, he is an absolutely sensational winger who actually has great corner taking, which I love. It almost annoys me that he has 17 corner taking and 7 free kick taking. But from kind of a physical point of view, for a right-hand-sided player for us, he could be absolutely insane. He could generate me £5 million a year in market money. Admittedly, paying him £300,000 isn't necessarily going to solve that. I'll also hold up my hand and admit that given the intro today, now offering him £300,000 that we don't have right now to join us at the end of the season might be short-sighted. I'm doing it, though. You can't stop me. I mean, he is currently on £88,000 a week, but he wanted £300,000. You know what? So was on £225,000. Maybe I have given him too much there. The thing is, in Football Manager, sometimes it's fun just to make the risky transfers, isn't it? There is another guy who's available as well. Iban has his contract expiring from Athletic Club Bilbao. This guy's ridiculous. I didn't even know this guy existed. I just went to Fayet because he was top of the scouting centre recommendations in the list view. This guy, Iban. Can I afford Iban? He wants to be a regular starter, mate. I'll make you a kit star player. You look different gravy. Would Iban be better than Ferre? I think he probably would be. Nothing to see here, folks. Just withdraw my offer for Gary, because I think the other guy's better. And if you're wondering, Jack, why are you calling him Iban when his name is Iban Barandiaran? That's just a tongue twister, isn't he? This guy's actually a world-class centre-back. How much money can he make me? Only 3.2 million. He's insane, though. I want him. I'm fiddling with the numbers here. I don't know how much to offer him. He wants £12 million in a signing on fee. I can't afford that, mate. How about £250,000 and a 30% sell on? How does he like those bananas? He wants to release club to clauses in the Champions League. But if I qualify for the Champions League, that means that release clause isn't active. I think. Is that how it works? Okay, I nudged his wage deals down to £250,000 a week. I mean, he is literally the best centre-back I think I've seen in Football Manager this year. Like, 18 acceleration with 16 pace. It's like he was made in a lab. I'll tell you what, I'm playing Manchester United now, so we won't know if he's joining until next episode. If I don't get him and I miss out on the French bloke, I don't know how I'm going to live with myself. Right, in terms of the team for the game, you might observe something here. Yes, I forgot to rest the players between matches. That is entirely on me. We'll bring in Hamilton just for some fresh legs in the defence, I suppose. For Kunda as well, I'm going to bring in for Big Deli, who's been playing a lot of football. Inherently, obviously, it's a risk to rotate the team like this, but I feel like there's a point in time in which you've got to try and rest a few players when you can. I was really thinking about bringing in Ivkovic here. I can't forgive him for the last game yet. I love the fact that I started today's episode by basically complaining that we have no money, and yet I've just made an offer to make a Spanish bloke the highest earning player at the club. And now we're playing Manchester United. If we lose both episodes today, and then I spend all that money, there's going to be some people who think it's the worst episode ever. Okay, they are playing a 4-2-3-1. They've got Echeverri up top and Profundi at centre attacking mid. That is such a Football Manager 24 kind of attacking mid and striker setup, isn't it? I'm a bit surprised that Echeverri's playing as a striker, to be fair, but it is a very good team that they've got. And well, despite the fact we are at home, I think we come into this game undoubtedly as underdogs. Irfan Akar lays it inside. Junjun Hwan to Sauer, forward to Manning. Can we hit them on the break now? Look at us, players surging forward. The red and white of Manchester United is being overwhelmed by the black and white stripes for Kunda. Options inside, pulls it in, it's blocked. Semeraro drags it back all the way to Curtis. From wing-back to wing-back, Curtis keeps it alive, puts it on a plate for Chris Manning. Maybe he should have started the last game. He's been in a man in some great form and he's kept it going here. Did Semeraro mean that pass? Do we think he meant that pass? I think he was probably aiming for the man at the edge of the box and just hit it behind them. Either way, it's landed at Manning's feet and we've taken an early lead. Halfway through the first half, one shot for either team, one goal on the scoreline. That's fine by me. Having said that, obviously, they're probably now going to score and they're going to make it 1-1 and I'm just going to feel like a bit of an idiot. But so far, we're doing what we need to do. Defensively, we're looking solid. Soa to Semeraro, the right wing-back hero. I love this man. Signed on a free transfer from Chelsea. Junjun Hwan had a plan. He didn't quite execute it, though. The keeper saves it. Soa is over the corner here. Can he whip it into a dangerous area? Hamilton's under it. Floats down towards Soretti. Soa, Soretti, Hamilton nearly scored a blinder. Pressure is mounting up. I feel like we need a second goal in this game. We do not have the defensive solidity to assume that a one-goal lead is a winning lead. That header goes over. It's been a slow first half, really, until now. Manchester United throwing in a dangerous area. We've had a lot more of the ball than them thus far in this game. You can see 65% of possession, but possession doesn't win you football matches. Headers at the back post often do in Football Manager. We've dealt with that initial threat, but now we need to try and make something happen out from the back. Curtis looking to scamper forward, gives it to Soa, dropping in deep as that attacking midfielder on support. That role really has made a big difference, I feel like, to how we play. Marco stepping up with the ball, plays it to Semeraro. Lovely build-up play. This is beautiful. This is really nice. Manning, is he onside? Is he onside? Was he onside? He was onside. It would have counted. We are ramping up the pressure. We've got an XG exceeding 1 now. They've had no shots on target so far, but all it takes is one to score against us a lot of the time. That header is atrocious, by the way. Wide of the mark. Don't know why I've been shown it. We're a goal to the good at the break. We deserve that and probably a little bit more. We just have to keep this going here. But a great performance so far against Manchester United. Soretti at left mid has picked up a booking. I could bring in Ivkovic. I'm not. I'm going to bring in Tyler Dibbling and see what he can do. Still annoys me that this guy's on £170,000 a week. I really need to get rid of him. Imagine hearing your manager say that as you get subbed on in a football match. No, look, we love him. He's a great lad, great character in the dressing room. He's just a little bit overpaid. Of course, now if he puts in a man of the match performance on off the bench and gets a goal, I'll forgive him and give him a new contract and he can be paid even more. Novak with the ball for them at centre-back. He lays it wide to Kasama. Manchester United have been quiet in this game. They've had one shot on target now. Finally, they had a shot on target inside the first 10 minutes of this half, so maybe they've changed something up. As Simpson, well, can't get on the end of that loose ball. And instead, Fakunda, well, he's trying to pick out Junjun Hwan. It falls to Hoyland. Played wide to Simpson now. There's players in the middle queuing up. Hoyland is one of them. It's a bad day, isn't it, when Rasmus Hoyland scores against you in Football Manager? I don't want to talk about it. I wish I could say there's a common trend with how we kind of concede goals. I've included the changed instructions I did for Everton again here. And this is another time where they've got one really close range shot that ends up going in. And now they have a really high XG for it, aren't they? And now it just looks like we're bad. Okay, I was thinking about making changes. We have now got a corner. Maybe we'll hold off on those for now as Hamilton wins a header. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. He didn't blow his shot. He took a shot, and what a header it was. I realised I was trying to make a Hamilton reference there. It's throw away your shot, isn't it? I think, not blow your shot. If you blow, that's something very different. It's gone in the bottom corner. It's 2-1. Kasama on the near side. Don't do it, Manchester United. Stop it. This can't keep happening this season. At some point, I do have to blame the goalie, but I don't even feel like the goal we saw that we conceded today is necessarily his fault. It's a point-blank shot from in the 6-yard box, isn't it? And besides that, they've really done nothing so far in this game, Manchester United. We've looked bloody brilliant. Now we just need to show it a bit more on the scoreline. Manning gives it to Junjun Hwan. Turns his man nicely. Nice little hold-up play. Bit of strength as well to shoulder off the defender. Fakunda, McKellar. Inside, Junjun Hwan. This is beautiful. This is pretty. Manning in behind. One-on-one. Shoots wide of the post. Okay, Junjun Hwan and Sauer have been pretty quiet in this game, so we're going to make a double change, I think, and bring in Sainz and Balan. The only annoying thing about Sainz and Balan is they both have the comes deep to get the ball player trait, although, as we've already established with Junjun Hwan, maybe the traits just don't work in Football Manager. Okay, well, I made the subs and instantly a new highlight began. I don't know if that's a great sign and I'm going to look like a tactical genius or if I'm going to look like an idiot, actually, looking at it. The subs haven't happened yet, so maybe I'm a genius. Manning, forward, Sauer. I'm about to sub you off. Now he definitely can come off. He's missed it and Dibbling hits the post and it goes wide. Dibbling is over the out-swinging corner for us. Towards the near post, it's going to go. Balan was under it, couldn't quite get there. Sainz looks to keep it alive, gives it to Dibbling. He's now bringing it forward, goes down in a heap. It's offside. I thought a penalty had been given for a moment. Free kick, Manchester United. Dink it into a dangerous area. Balan wins it. Manning looking to get it forward. Rasmus Højlund wins the ball. Irfan Akar going all the way back to their defenders, Manchester United here. Cisse for them on the far side. Skips past his man. Stand up tall, stand up strong, Curtis. Doesn't do so. Echeverry. Back post header. Is it offside? I don't think it is. The linesman hasn't flagged, but they're not picking up the ball. Oh, I don't know what anything means anymore. Is this going to count? I think it's going to count. It does. It's 2-2. I'll tell you what. In the next Football Manager, I beg that we don't see back post headers from players like Echeverry going in all the time. It's really upsetting, isn't it? Look at him. He's got 7 jumping reach. Actually, our left back does have 3 jumping reach. You know what? Fair enough, Football Manager. Old man's got it wrong. Manchester United have had 3 shots on target in this game. They've scored 2 goals. I'm blaming Spike Brits. It's Brits' fault. Oh, don't. No, they can't score another. Stop it, Football Manager. Stop it. We're already dead. Okay, he has saved that one. I forgive him. I'm making more subs here. You know what? Semararo's had a bad game by his standards. Velasco, on you come. And I am going to bring in Ivkovic here. I think fresh legs are now the order of the day at the depth if we do want to get, well, hopefully a winning goal of some kind. Granted, we have got a corner to deal with here as Højlund whips it in. That's only just gone over. I didn't like that. Irfan Akar dings it towards Cisse. More danger down the Manchester United right wing. Back post again. Højlund heads it. Brits collects and gets it out quickly to Hamilton. I mean, to be fair, Manchester United have had a bit better of the play in the second half, although we've still created plenty of our own. We're just not really seeing it in highlights, but maybe that could change here. Balan, fresh off the bench, is bringing it forward. There's options in the middle to pick out. He fizzes it in. Oh my God, Ivkovic is there. I never doubted him, except last game where I got really cross with him. If in doubt, just swap the front 4. Just change every single attack in mid out, roll the dice, get on some new legs, and watch the goals fly. Maybe. That's a lovely ball in. Ivkovic got it. I don't know if the keeper could have come out there, maybe. This is definitely a match where I wish that I had another sub, and I wish that I had a defensive midfielder that I could bring in to kind of make the more defensive system work to try and see out this game. But sadly, I don't have that liberty, so we've got to just stick with what we know. I will just switch to balanced for the mentality now. We don't need to overcommit going forward. Football Manager, don't do it. Don't do it, please. If I just say please the next 5 minutes, do you reckon they'll not score? Maybe. Hamilton has it for us here. And lays it inside to Balan. Wide now to Dibbling. Back to McKellar. I mean, look, this is pretty. This is nice. This is total football. We don't need strikers. We don't need attackers where we're going. We operate off vibes and passing and fun. And fun we shall have. Balan down the line to Velasco, the right winger. Come right wing back. Lays it back. McKellar. Looking for options around him. Goes back to Marco. McKellar. Fekunda. This is delightful. Is he on? Is he on? It's one-on-one. It's Ivkovic. I think this might count, you know. VAR check is happening. The players are celebrating in the corner. The goal is going to be awarded. And that is a 4th goal for us in this game here. Manchester United fought back valiantly, but I think that might be that. Ivkovic, 1-on-1, makes no mistake. I almost forgive him for what he did against Everton now. Almost. Oh my, can you imagine if we get a 5th? Imagine. Dibling's forgotten the ball existed there. Happens to the best of professional footballers. Hoyland's now bringing it forward for them, although Marco reads it really nicely. And now, can we do something ourselves? It's end-to-end stuff. It's like a basketball game right now. Someone start the shot clock. Fekunda. Options ahead. Balan. Plays inside. Ivkovic is through again. Could he get a hat-trick? It's blocked wide. 4-2, it remains. There's 7 minutes of added time. There's still 8 minutes of football left to be played. You know what? Hold your horses. It might not be done yet. Balan, Fekunda, signs. Imagine if we get a 5th. I'll be on the pitch. Hamilton, the centre-back. Have a go, Hamilton. Gives it wide to Velasco. Options inside. Forgets the ball exists, but McKellar mops up the pieces. Back to Dibbling. Sign shoots. It's blocked. Dibbling, have a go, son. Fekunda, someone shoot. Curtis loses out, and now they're on the counter-attack. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. It's played forward. Hamilton gets it again. There's an air of chaos about today's game, and I don't know if that's just because of my commentary. It kind of adds to the anxious feeling here. But there's 8 minutes left. This game is not done yet. A goal here for us would definitely settle it. Tackle flies in. Ivkovic is in a heap. Are they about to get a man sent off? Oh my word, it's a second yellow card. They're down a man. That's got to be that. 2 minutes left. 1 minute left. The clock strikes midnight. We're going to the ball. We are Cinderella. The pumpkin has popped up outside our front door. We're going to leave on our merry way. It's 4-2. And with that result there, well, sadly, we don't go ahead of Manchester United. I jested, didn't I, that if we scored 4, we would. No, not quite. But we do have a game in hand on Manchester United, which if we win, we would go above. Elsewhere, Everton, who we lost to in their last game, in 4th, they just drew against Burnley in 17th. Sometimes football just doesn't make sense. I don't know if you could tell, but today's episode did have quite a lot of chaotic energy, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Next time out, we will discover, is Iban joining us? I don't know if I should buy him or not. Please let me know. Besides all of that, have a lovely rest of your day. We will be back tomorrow with more action here from Newcastle. And until next time, it is me, Jack. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out. Iban might be off the menu.